Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex, and as always it's time for some eShop deals, and today I have 13 games for you all covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. The massive sales, they are still alive right now, but it seems we have a fair few deals dropping off here in the next few days, so with many of these today, you're going to need to be quick to pick them up. I also then have 2 winners to announce later in the video for 2 $10 eShop gift cards, and I also have 2 more to give away to enter. Drop a comment down below and the winners they'll be announced in next Saturday's video. If you enjoy this video, consider subscribing. We're on that push now for 60,000 subscribers, which is just absolutely incredible. So each one of you helps me out a huge amount. Also, as a warning today, do bear with me. I may sound a bit rough at points. I tested positive for COVID this morning, so I have definitely felt better. Swordship to kick us off, it's 40% off and matching the low price, and this is a reverse shmup, meaning rather than attacking enemies, you're going to be dodging incoming fire and then using their weapon power against each other. I think the formula is fun, and I definitely had fun with the game. It's this high intensity design. That said though, it lacks some longevity because it's only 5 locations to overcome and then a boatload of unlocks. It needed something like a dedicated high score chasing endless mode in my opinion, just to keep you coming back. I also think the game could have focused more on its story as well. We're delivering packages to some hidden population, but it doesn't go into a huge amount of detail. You'll find my full review in the pinned comments. Curse to Golf is a unique blend of golfing and roguelike, and no passion for the sport is required. This is good fun though, and also, I will admit, challenging, so do be aware of that going in. Now the story, we are struck down on the golf course, and now we must overcome rounds of golf in purgatory to return to the living. The course then is procedurally generated, and you'll be upgrading along the way. Now at launch, it had a game-breaking bug at the first boss, but that has since been patched, so do not worry if you watch reviews at this point. I also have my preview video for this one in the pinned comment down below, so do check that out, but expect here overall a 2D adventure, and you'll be taking your shots and learning all sorts of power-ups along the way, such as exploding balls or those that can split into multiple. Basically, it allows you to choose the best shots, and it gets really creative with these ideas. LILIES is a 2D action RPG set in a dark fantasy world that has been destroyed by a deathly rain. It's basically turned everything into the undead. They are known as the Blighted. Now you play as a young girl who awakens in the ruins of a church and embarks on a journey to unravel the mystery behind the kingdom's destruction. The exploration and combat is top quality, and then the leveling up and the story, they are rewarding. Expect along the way then to learn new skills and also customize your stats. This was a surprise at release, and it now comes highly recommended from me, and this team, they would go on to make Redemption Reapers, which didn't score so favourably with the audience. I'm yet to play that myself, but I do hope we see something in this style again soon in the future from them. It's 50% off then and matching the low price. LEGO Bricktales uses a brick-by-brick building mechanic to solve puzzles in a unique LEGO world where we'll be helping our grandfather revitalize his amusement park alongside a robot companion. It's definitely an out there storyline, but expect here to explore unique worlds that exist in different periods of history. The overall goal, unlock new skills and collect crystals, furthering your progress on this park. It is entertaining, the building is solid. I just wish it featured a more robust free build option so you could get creative at a large scale. Right now it's 40% off, which is a new low price, and you'll find my full review in the pinned comments. A shout out then to RedDeerGames for sponsoring today's video with their latest release, Cat's Cosmic Atlas, and do remember this is part of the Purr Festival, that is Red Deer's latest sale, and I had a dedicated video on that which you can find in the pinned comments. Now this release, it's an educational focused adventure game that has us embracing the wonders of the night sky alongside a kitten named Felly. The idea though, it's a journey through the southern and northern skies, experiencing the sights and learning about the universe along the way. It's got a beautiful visual style, and it's promising to be non-linear, which I really do like as it lets the younger audience members lead with their own curiosity. If you do want to check this out, I've linked it down below, and it's of course here with a massive launch discount of 80% off. Thanks again to RedDeerGames for sponsoring this video, and do remember to check out that sale, and many of those deals, they will end here now in the next few days, and no doubt it's going to appeal to many as it is centered around our favourite feline friends, which is for sure going to be a popular topic. Cuphead and the DLC then is here with 30% off. That is a new low price. It's a side-scrolling boss rush experience. It is a masterpiece with stunning visuals, incredible music, and some of the best gameplay you will see. These controls just so incredibly tight. Now the base game also packs some run and gun moments. The DLC is purely boss encounters, but yeah, if you can stomach the challenge, this game is a must play. If you do come into it as well, I'd say prepare to focus on mastering attack patterns and then also the game's parry system. Lil Gator Game was an experience that surprised me. I went in expecting a kind of relaxed journey, and in many ways that is what it delivered, but the story was more emotionally impactful than I anticipated. The idea here is basically explore an island filled with characters that need your help, and you'll be completing quests on their behalf, in turn making some new friends along the way. Now on this journey as well, expect to find collectibles in the form of art supplies, and these allow us to craft new abilities and new items. Do not worry about this game being tough, they don't let a health bar hold you back, and 40% off is a new low price. Marble It Up Ultra then is just a quick mention. It's 10% off, which is a launch discount. I reviewed it on the channel this week. It's got similarities to games like Marble Madness and Super Monkey Ball. Think locations to navigate and some mini games as well. The real reason I wanted to shout it out today though was because if you own the original Marble It Up, then this is actually a free upgrade. A lot of people checking out my review weren't aware of that, so that may be news for you and you should jump into the eShop immediately. Our first winner of the week then is going to Patata Potato, who highlighted Persona. Congrats, drop me an email to claim that $10 eShop gift card, and everyone else, there is a second winner coming up here shortly in the video. SnowRunner then is a gem, though admittedly an acquired taste. I'd call it a strategy driving experience, and the idea is to complete increasingly challenging tasks across an open world in all sorts of different vehicles, but it is just so addictive, and there's so few games where you can find the reward in pulling yourself out of, let's say, snow or mud at 1 mile an hour over a 20-minute period, but this game just absolutely hooks me. Just a prime example personally of going in and not thinking I would like the formula, and I ended up loving it. Now the original game I loved as well, that's what forced me to jump into this one on day one, and you can expand this journey with a huge amount of paid DLC, and here it's 40% off, matching the low price. Nobody Saves the World is an action RPG from the team behind the Guacamelee series. It packs their trademark sense of humour and visual style that just kind of, I guess, oozes quality, and yeah, I just think it's incredible. Here though, you take on the role of the title and nobody, and after awakening in a strange world, you set out on this adventure after you find a magic wand. Your mission is to save this world and find the magician who is missing this tool. The big mechanic here is the ability to transform into other forms, and there's a ton of characters you can turn into here, but think a horse, a rat, an egg, a knight, and each of these then they level up individually and even build into the environmental puzzles. It's just a really creative game. My only real complaint is by the end game, with all of these different forms, it can get a little menu intensive. Check out my review in the pinned comment, and right now it is 50% off and matching the low price, and you can also pick up a bundle for a couple of bucks more that packs in the DLC as well. Darkest Dungeon Ancestral Edition is back on sale, and yes, we have seen this slightly cheaper in the past, but I think the game is worth full price, so I'm just fine with talking to 69% off. I like this edition over the base game because on sale it's just a few dollars more, and it's packing in 3 DLC packs that are game changing. They add in new heroes, a new location, and a new parallel campaign that runs alongside that main game. It also, of course, then introduces in new enemies. This game is just incredibly challenging. It's a roguelike turn-based RPG, and think here setting up squads, tackling enemies, and dealing with afflictions that can do some serious damage. Also, it does feature permadeath. It's topped off then with its stunning gothic style. ATOMIK RunGunJumpGun, and this was one of the first games I spoke about in my 25 video series Hidden Gems, and I also reviewed it on the channel and even featured it again recently when I bought Hidden Gems back. This is incredibly addictive stuff. I'm a big fan of it. It doesn't get enough love, but it's an ultra challenging kind of think combat auto runner. So there's run and gun sections, but then there's also precision movements. The idea is really simple. Survive levels by either shooting forward to destroy obstacles or shooting down to jump upwards, and it's really a game that's going to crush your spirits over and over, but then you will still give it just one more go. It's all packaged then with stunning neon visuals, a surreal sci-fi story, and a fantastic soundtrack. It's matching the low price then, 75% off. Our second winner then is Dan, who shouted out Demolition Derby. I'd spoke to Wreckfest last week, and I'm gonna guess I said the name wrong when I did reference Demolition Derby, but either way, congrats Dan. Drop me an email for the code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Brigandine is a game I own on the Switch, but I'm going to add it here. I wouldn't say I have a huge amount of experience with it, but genre fans, this is definitely worth a mention today. I think if you do like the idea, however, do go and watch a full review because it's incredibly in-depth and I just haven't had the time to really uncover all of the different features. Overall, it's a grand strategy simulation game that has you conquering the continent with 6 major powers and a huge number of bases, knights and monsters. Like I said, 45 seconds here, it's not going to cut it to kind of touch on all of the mechanics, but yeah, if you want strategy, this may be worth your time. It's also a great sale as well, 60% off, it's a new low price, hence the mention today, and I personally wish I could spend more time with it, but right now, my time sink it is all going to Baldur's Gate 3. No Kuni II gets a new low of 70% off of this. It's a solid follow-up, though not as good as the original. I prefer more traditional RPGs, where this one kind of leaned more into action with real-time battles. Also, while it looks similar as well, they lost the involvement of Studio Ghibli that did oversee the original. This is not to devalue the game, as I said, it's still very good, the story is solid, it even packs some strategic combat, it just doesn't capture, I guess, that same magic. The whole idea, though, we are a king out to rebuild a kingdom, or build a new kingdom, in fact. Again, though, given the genre, watch a full review, but I think it is well worth this price. We're going to be leaving it there today, though, because I'm definitely struggling at this point. But look, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, or at least that will be the case once I'm kind of up and running again, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.